Ever wanted to talk about something you did yesterday but weren't sure how? Welcome to Daily English Magazine. Today, I'll unlock the past simple tense for you, the foundation for telling stories, sharing memories, and connecting your experiences with others. Stick with me, and you'll not only know when to use the past simple, but you'll sound more natural, too. We'll cover what it is, how to use it, some common time expressions, and I'll challenge you to create your own sentences. Ready? Let's jump back in time. Here's a quick roadmap. First, I'll explain the core idea of past simple. Then, we'll break down how it's different from present simple, kind of like tuning a radio to the right frequency. You've got to set it for the right time. Finally, I'll share tips and invite you to practice. What if you're thinking, but I always mix up my tenses? Don't worry. By the end of this episode, you'll know the difference between a finished action and a habit, just like telling apart your weekday routines and special events. So grab a pen, grab your curiosity, and let's get started with the past simple, the time machine of English grammar. Let's set the scene. You want to talk about something that happened, finished, and is over. That's where the past simple tense comes in. It's like snapping a photo capturing one moment in the past, not a video of repeated actions. For example, I sent a letter yesterday. That letter is gone, the action is finished, and you know when it happened. If you've ever looked at a calendar and thought, wow, last week was busy, you're already halfway there. Now, here's a technical term, finite verb. This just means the verb shows a specific time. In this case, the past. Another important term is time reference, like yesterday or last week. These anchor your sentence in time. You might be wondering, can I use the past simple for things that happened more than once? Yes, as long as each event is finished and has a clear time marker. Imagine your past as a row of dots, not a continuous line. So remember, past simple is your tool for talking about completed actions with a clear break from the present. Think snapshots, not live streams. Now, how do we show when these past actions happened? That's where time expressions come in. Words and phrases like yesterday, last year, or this morning. They're the timestamps of your English sentences. Let me tell you a story. Last week, I visited a new cafe. Yesterday, I wrote a review. See what I did there? Each time, expression gives you a mental calendar, like putting pins on a map of the past. In grammar speak, these are called temporal adverbials. Think of them as GPS coordinates for your verbs. Another technical term, definite past. When you use these expressions, you're signaling exactly when the action happened. Maybe you're thinking, can I just say, I went, and leave it at that? Sure. But adding a time expression makes your meaning sharp, not fuzzy, so listeners know exactly what you mean. So, next time you talk about your day, sprinkle in those time expressions. I bought a stamp this morning. I met a friend last night. It's like adding labels to your memory shelf. Let's put the past simple into action. The basic structure is easy. Subject plus the past form of the verb. For regular verbs, you just add ed. For example, I visited. For irregular verbs, the form changes. I went, not I goed. Here's a quick analogy. Regular verbs are like standard plugs that fit every socket, while irregular verbs are those quirky adapters you need for special occasions. Here are more examples. I went to the post office this morning. I bought a stamp. I wrote a letter. Notice the clear action, the finished result, and the specific time. You might ask, how do I make negatives? Just add did not or didn't plus the base verb. I didn't go to the post office yesterday. Easy. So, try forming a few sentences right now. What did you do yesterday? Last week? The more you practice, the more fluent your storytelling will become. Here's where many learners get tripped up. The difference between past simple and present simple. Picture two timelines, one for routines, one for finished actions. For example, I go to the post office every Monday. That's a routine, a recurring event. But I went to the post office yesterday. That's a one-time, finished action. In grammar terms, habitual aspect describes routines, and perfective aspect refers to completed actions. It's like comparing your daily commute to a special road trip. One is repeated, the other is unique. Now, you might be thinking, can I use past simple for habits? Only if the habit is finished. For example, I walked to school every day when I was a child. Notice the time frame is gone and done. So, next time you talk about your life, ask yourself, is this a routine or a finished action? That's your clue for which tense to use. Let's bring it all together. We learned that the past simple is your go-to tense for finished actions, marked by time expressions and clear structure. We compared it to present simple and practiced real-life examples. 3 key takeaways. First, use past simple for completed actions with clear time markers. Second, time expressions are your anchors, don't skip them. Third, watch the verb forms, especially those tricky irregulars. Here's your action step. Write 3 sentences about what you did yesterday, last week, or this morning. Use time expressions and challenge yourself to use one irregular verb. Imagine I'm asking you now, what did you do last Sunday? Don't freeze. With these tips, you'll answer confidently. Next time, we'll explore the present perfect, the tense that links past with now, like a bridge between 2 cities. So, subscribe, stay curious, and keep practicing your English every day. See you soon on Daily English Magazine.